I believe it's worth it because it's something that I don't get to do.
It's fun. So the suffering and pain through it all is really fun in the end.
The comfort with being uncomfortable, the comfort of putting myself in these uncomfortable positions and not only pushing myself through them, but striving through them.
I learned a lot about myself and about what I can do. I learned a whole bunch, especially with my sergeants.
Grew as a father as well. That was relatively a new situation as well. But at the end of the day, it helps you develop as a leader, helps you learn some new skills and refurbish some old ones. So,
well, as an officer, I think if you're going to ask something of your soldiers, you should have an inkling of what you're asking them to do. And I think competitions like this are amazing for showing you that. Not only the technical skills, but just the physical skills of what you're asking people to do. Like you ask people to move, ruck a 12 mile. Yeah, that's a rough thing, but ruck a 12 mile and then do a trauma lane and then do a stress shoot. Like, you might be asking a lot. If you're spending all your time in the CP, you're not going to have that knowledge of what you're asking your team to do.
I think there was different days that were designated for breaking points, basically. The first day was like a physical test of your capabilities. You're going to be expected to do the EPFA right into a swim. You have to ruck to the gym that you're going to do the swim at, and you got to go ruck back to go perform the German PFA, and then we got to go ruck back, and then dayland nav right into nightland nav, which is excessive amounts of mileage on just one day. And then the second day is kind of like mental challenging because it's a bunch of tasks that you've done before, but you're having to culminate it all together within one day. And you're also on a time limit because there's 100 candidates out here that are all trying to perform the same task. So you can do these tasks, but you gotta be fast about it in order to get the points that you want to get.
But this is supposed to be hard on you and stressful and test every bit of you. Not only are you tired, but you are physically doing everything, every muscle aches, and then at the same time, like, you have to think about what you're doing too. So you're physically, but you're also mentally exhausted, and you have to keep going.
Bleeding still controlled.
But the sense of accomplishment once you're done, knowing I gave it my all in every single event, is more than me getting RCOM at this. Like, if I won, I'm gonna go, awesome, that's great. If I don't win, I'm gonna I still finished this competition. I didn't fall out of the ruck. I finished the ruck. I got a silver Gatsby out of this. In every event, I did to my absolute best ability during that time.
Standing shooting, I hit like more than half.
I did better with pistol than rifle. I feel good. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself and I'm proud of the team. We came out here and we killed it. We did our best.
As you go, Lobos, keep holding. Keep holding, Lobos.
It's showed me that I can push through things and keep a positive attitude and not let any negativity get me down or let my own emotions stop me from pushing.
You have more in you.
I didn't cry during Nightland Nav. So I'm like really scared of the dark. I cried during Nightland Nav during our train up because I was by myself. Trying to get over that. So when I didn't cry during this land nav, I was like, I'm improving because I can do things by myself at night. I found points. I was so happy. So yeah.
I was definitely pushed to the limit. I mean, you can see it on the first PFA on that first night that we did the competition. The very first morning. I was sucking air. I mean, I was going as hard as I can, as fast as I can, but the humidity here, just the different atmosphere, it just wasn't cohesive. It wasn't a cohesive thing going on for me. I could have done on my own. I could have stayed up really late at night, woke up early in the morning and went out and did a ruck, right? And that would have trained my body to be used to that and recognize that. And so that when we went out there with that 2 hours of sleep, I wouldn't have been sucking and ended up failing that ruck. But it is what it is. I really tried my hardest. I feel like I trained as best as we can for what we were expecting, and I'm not really disappointed in myself. I'm just disappointed in the fact I couldn't overcome those variables.
With how many rucks we were doing and how I improved on our rucks over at Fort Riley, I didn't expect this heat and humidity to hit me so hard over here. So I didn't meet my expectations for the 12 mile over here. And I just didn't take into consideration that heat and humidity really does have a play into everything. So I wish I had done more workouts outside in the heat of Fort Riley.
Just breathing soup down here. That's all it is. It's been a while since I've been back in Texas, and air is a lot, for lack of better words, heavier. Still got my go. I still passed. So I did walk, but I didn't let myself fail either.
This was a very intense week. We went into the ruck with 2 hours of sleep. It was very much go, go, go for a while, or at least whatever the next thing is going to be challenging. So I hope you're ready for it. Not a whole lot of heads up to what was coming, so we were kind of on our toes of like, what is the next thing? Of course, competitors have rumor mills, like I heard this, heard that, this is what's next, this is how it's going to work. Obviously, that's not always reliable, as most rumor mills aren't, but that added some intensity as well.
We have an amazing team here at IACH. The squad that Sergeant Major put together is we're like a family now at this point, because every 30 minutes someone's laughing. It's a really cohesive team we got here.
Yeah, they're gonna be something like.
No.
Let it go. You'll get this on camera.
Oh yeah. What's up?
You need to start off trotting like a horse.
Like a horse?
You must gallop.
I'll be behind you with the coconuts.
Because all throughout the competition, everybody kind of looked our direction. Everybody looked at us and kind of seemed like they knew that we had like a strong bond together.
I feel like our team was very tight-knit, to the point where other teams were hanging out with our team. And so that was kind of cool to see, like, our cohesion, like, drew others in. I'm grateful to have had this week with them in the train-up. Really good time, like, what was your time like in the Army? This will be one of those stories I get to tell.
The next group of soldiers next year, I would definitely say train train in an austere environment. When it's cold outside, that's when you need to be outside. When it's hot outside, that's when you need to be outside. When you're tired from a day of PT, that's when you surprise the team with a ruck or some grand event, basically, because that's basically what you're exposed to here. You're not laid out a plan of what you're doing, right? It's this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing, all back to back to back, next to next to next. You're not basically told what you're doing ahead of time.
I think part of the train up is doing things that are hard and embracing that suck together. I think helps you see more of who people are. And then once you kind of have that raw human being in front of you, then you got to get to know them better. And I think that's where the cohesion really starts to build.
We were in so much pain. We were basically shuffling at this point. Some of us got blisters the size of 50-cent coins on our heels. As a team, we did well. I was just excited.